All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we got a little bit of something to do on the 240. I got it sitting back here on jack stands with the hood open. So we got to do a little bit of maintenance because it's been a minute since this thing got any sort of fresh fluids or anything. Obviously, when I did the diff and all that, it's got the cheap diff fluid in it, so we're gonna be changing the differential fluid, changing the engine oil, and the transmission fluid's already good to go. So just the engine oil change, diff fluid change, and the car will be good to go, and then we'll take it for a spin. So this video will also be for all of you guys who don't know how to change your oil, or maybe you've never quite done it before. But of course, as you see, I got my hood popped. We're gonna go ahead and we gotta pop off our fill cap. So we'll get that off real quick, just right out of the way. Just set it there so it doesn't fall or leak or nothing like that. And that's where we are going to fill the oil. Of course, I got the car jacked up, which is the worst part about working on this thing since it's so low. It's a pain in the ass to jack up. But we're gonna go ahead and get the oil drained out, and then we'll move on to the diff. But I'm gonna show you guys what oil I actually run in this thing. So this is just a bone stock dual cam KA, nothing fancy. Obviously, just trying to keep it pretty simple for now. But if you read up there, this is a sticker from Nissan. Recommended engine oil 1030, 1040, 530 preferred. Or it says in the small print there. I don't know if you guys can read that small text right there, but that is a sticker from Nissan. Basically says as long as it's above 50 outside, you can run 2050 in these things. So that's what I do. You guys got to think it's a 30-year-old engine. It's never been rebuilt or anything. So I'm sure it's probably got some pretty wild tolerances in there. It's, you know, it's been used. So like I just mentioned, old engine, it's probably been broken in pretty good. I use Castrol GTX. It's just a normal conventional oil, nothing too fancy, but it is a 2050 weight oil. So this is like what you'd run in diesel trucks most of the time, but for the 240, it works because it's nice and thick. So with this 2050 weight in the driving we're gonna be doing with this engine, hopefully this stuff right here will help us keep that guy alive. And then for my oil filter, I just went with a K&N. I usually do a Mobil 1 filter because tested, they're the best ones as far as what I've seen, but this is the only one they had. K&N's not a bad brand by any means. So we're gonna pop that guy on and fill her up, and then we'll move on to the differential. I took the oil filter off, so it's no longer down in there. And if you can peek through the wheel, I got my drain pan down there, and all of the oil is draining out of it already. So we're good to go on that one. If anyone's curious, the drain bolt is a 14 millimeter, just like a lot of the other bolts on this car. So 14 millimeter, just crack it loose, you're good to go. Just wanted to let you guys know, a little pro tip. As you can see, I got my new filter right here. The old one is right here, because I like to keep mine. And once I pull the drain pan out, I dump that in there just to see if there's any sort of metal shavings or anything like that. But anyway, so what you want to do when you get your new filter, take some of the new oil and put some on your finger. And you kind of want to just wet the seal of the new filter. That way it seals up against the engine block better and it's not dry when you put it in. That's the main reason, because if it's dry, when you put it in there, you might end up cracking the seal and then it leaks everywhere and then you just have a bad time. So pro tips from Wes. All right guys, so as you just saw, oil is in the car. We are good to go. The KA is nice and healthy. I did already start it, make sure there's oil pressure, make sure there's no leaks. As you can see, I got my oil filter down in there chilling. I got my oil cap back on. We are good to go. While the hood's open, I think I'm gonna repaint that. So let me know if you guys have any color suggestions, whether you think like polished or wrinkle black, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards. I don't know. I think wrinkle black with that would look nice, and then obviously different color plug wears because that kind of throws it off. But anyway, we got the oil filled up. I got my Redline heavy shock proof back in the diff. So like we've all been waiting forever for, I'm gonna go grab Brittany, my girlfriend, and we are gonna go get in this car and we're gonna take it for a spin. And if I can manage to find like a parking lot or something, I'll try to do a little donut and just see how the car feels or something like that. But it's pretty much good to go. All the fluids are refreshed and everything, so we're gonna get everything flowing, get it all cycled, take it for a spin, and see how it goes. All right guys, so I took the 240, it's out of the garage, and I found a empty parking lot. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do a quick couple of donuts, just to kind of show you guys. I told you guys we were driving it today, and I didn't lie, so it made it fine. The diff's doing good. The engine oil is obviously fine. So I'm gonna give the camera to Brittany. She's gonna stand outside the car and I'm gonna do a couple donuts for you guys just to show you, you know, what we actually did and that everything works. Here, go stand out there. I won't hit you.
You better not hit me.
I won't hit you.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Dude, so fucking sick, bro. All right, guys, so as you just saw, the S13 clearly works pretty good. We took it to a parking lot, did a couple donuts. That was just in first gear, so not a whole lot of speed or anything, but it took a clutch kick well, no weird noises. I street drove it a couple of days ago too to just make sure everything was good to go and had it aligned, so we are solid. I put that on my Instagram, so those of you guys that don't follow me, this is news to you, but if you follow me, shout out to you because you stay up to date with everything. But, so first gear clutch kicks, this thing kicks out perfectly fine. I was just explaining to Brittany, I'm pretty surprised and kind of impressed. I thought that the stock KA was gonna be kind of like underpowered, but I mean, it revved in drift, like it got all the way up to 7,000 RPMs, no problem. It wasn't bogging at all. And the tires are only at 35 PSI too, so I'm sure if I was to go to an event and air them up to like 50, 55, which is pretty high, you know, I'll lose a lot of grip with that and it'll make it a lot easier to actually drive in drift. So it's pretty cool. I have a working drift car. So 16-year-old me, we did it, bro. You'd be pretty proud. So yeah, we got a working 90s Japanese drift car. So it's pretty sick. I think the next plan, I'm just gonna do like basic maintenance stuff, all of that. Like we just changed all the fluids, but I'm gonna do like new belts, probably do a battery relocation to the trunk, free up some space in the bay. Just that kind of thing, just make the car overall pretty good. But the next video, I'm really excited because this coming week, me and Brittany and a whole bunch of my homies, my brother, his girlfriend, we're all heading to Grid Life. So you guys are gonna get to meet actually a lot of my friends who will probably be in these videos in the near future. So I'm pretty excited to go to Grid Life. Really stoked at how the car has been doing. At Grid Life, I'm picking up something sick for it. So we got some things cooking for the future. You guys stay tuned, but I'm sure it won't be too long before we're hitting an event with this bad boy. So I will see you then.